All right, today we're unpacking the story of how a single organization literally engineered a nation's future. Yeah, you heard that right. We're talking about NESPAK. And believe me, it was a total game changer.
So think about it for a second. How do you actually build a country from scratch? It's such a massive question, right? Because for a young nation, the challenge isn't just, political or social, it's physical. It's about putting in the roads, the dams, the power plants. We're talking about the very skeleton of a modern economy.
And that was the huge problem facing Pakistan back in the day. Just imagine having these grand ambitions for your country, but for every single major project, you had to call in these super expensive firms from other countries. That kind of dependency, man, it was a massive drain on resources and a huge roadblock to being truly self-sufficient. But, that very reliance sparked a really powerful idea. People started asking, wait a minute, what if Pakistan could build its own engineering horsepower? And that question? Well, that was the spark for a pretty ambitious, homegrown solution. And that solution was NESPAK. That stands for National Engineering Services Pakistan. It was founded in 1973, but let's be clear, this was way more than just another company. It was basically a declaration of technical independence. Its whole mission, right from the start, was to achieve self-reliance and replace foreign consultants with homegrown talent.
And let me tell you, NESPAK did not waste any time. They hit the ground running. Just 7 years after they were founded, bam, they're opening their first international office. And by 1998, they were already setting the gold standard for quality in Pakistan, becoming the first engineering consultancy in the country to get that prestigious ISO 9001 certification. That sent a really clear message. They were serious about quality, and they were serious about going global.
Okay, so with that strong foundation in place, NESPAK got to work on the monumental task of completely transforming Pakistan's landscape. We're talking about literally building the country's backbone. And the sheer scale of their work is, well, it's pretty mind-blowing. Just let this number sink in for a second. 4,419. That's not a typo. That's how many projects NESPAK has completed. Every single one of them was another piece of the giant puzzle of building a nation. And look, we're not talking about small-time jobs here. These are the big ones, the signature projects. Things like building Pakistan's very first metro system through a crazy dense city, or taming these huge, powerful rivers to build massive hydropower stations. These are the definition of nation building. What's really impressive is the sheer breadth of their work. It's kind of nuts. On one hand, you've got them managing the country's most vital resource, water, with these enormous dam and canal projects. And then on the other hand, they're literally powering the nation, with over 430 projects in the energy sector alone. And that's everything from hydropower to thermal, even nuclear plants. And if you really want to grasp how fundamental their work was, get this, 14,000 kilometers of high-voltage transmission lines. It's like the entire circulatory system for the country's power grid, all designed by them. It's what keeps the lights on for millions and millions of people. But it's not just about the big cities and these massive grids. For me, the real story is the human impact. Take this number, 1,800. That's how many villages they brought electricity to. That represents a direct, life-changing improvement for countless people, bringing development and opportunity where it was needed most. So after proving just how capable they were at home, NESPAK was ready for its next big step. It was time to take all that homegrown Pakistani expertise and put it on the world stage. Now, it's true the vast majority of their work has been inside Pakistan, but those 570 overseas projects, that's a huge deal. It shows how the skills and expertise they built at home became this really valuable export. They turned a national asset into a serious international player. And just how far did they reach? 40 different countries. Think about that. From a single office in Pakistan to managing projects across multiple continents. That's how you establish yourself as a global force in engineering. And the variety of their global work is just amazing. They're out there building dams in Nigeria, setting up irrigation systems in Ethiopia, paving roads in Saudi Arabia. They've even worked in places as far-flung as Papua New Guinea. That just shows you how incredibly adaptable they are, tackling all sorts of different environments and challenges. So, after 5 decades of all this work, what's the real takeaway? What is the lasting legacy of NESPAK? Well, the final numbers really paint the picture, don't they? We're talking nearly 5,000 projects in total, a team of over 2,000 professionals, and a cumulative project value of, wait for it, $351 billion US. The scale is it's immense.
And this is where it all comes full circle. Remember that initial problem? Beyond all the concrete and steel, the biggest impact was economic. By sticking to their mission, NESPAK saved Pakistan billions, with a B, of dollars that would have just flowed out of the country to foreign firms. That fundamentally strengthened the entire national economy.
You know, it all goes back to their original mission statement. It really captured everything they were about. It wasn't just a corporate goal, it felt more like a promise. A promise to create a pool of talented engineers, to become self-reliant, and to replace those foreign consultants. And when you look back at everything they've done, it's pretty clear that promise was kept.
Which kind of leaves us with one final big question. What is the true power of engineering self-reliance? Because when you boil it all down, this story is about more than just saving money or building cool infrastructure. It really shows the incredible power that gets unlocked when a nation decides to invest in its own people, in its own talent. It's about more than just building projects. It's about building capability, building confidence, and ultimately having the power to shape your own future.